Hello, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Cook. I am the Career Readiness Coordinator here at SU Works Midlands. I usually facilitate about 3 to 5 workshops per month that are centered around career readiness skills and employment readiness skills. So I offer those in person, virtually, and at times I do record my workshops like I am today and post those on our YouTube channel. So if you need some more employment readiness videos, definitely take some time and check out our YouTube channel. But today's topic, we're going to be talking about becoming a leader. So we'll discuss what is a leader and how can you become one. We will go over some of the qualities and really just what you need to embody in your everyday life to become a natural leader. Let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So who is a leader? This definition comes from Chief Learning Officer, and I just think it's a great definition. A leader is someone who can see how things can be improved and who rallies people to move towards that better vision. Leaders can work toward making their vision a reality while putting people first. Just being able to motivate people is not enough. Leaders need to be empathetic and connect with people to be successful. The reason I like this definition so much is I really think it encompasses all of the most important leadership traits, right? So you have to be willing to put the work in, you have to have the knowledge, you have to have, that intelligence regarding whatever it is you're working on, but you also have to have some emotional intelligence. You have to understand people. You have to be able to communicate very effectively. So not only like this definition states, are you rallying people? You also have to motivate them and be empathetic and connect with them. So why should you become a leader? Obviously, not everyone is in a leadership position, whether it be in school or at work, but I still believe it's very important for everyone to encompass some of these leadership skills. So even when you're not in a leadership position, learning to exhibit the qualities of a leader is beneficial to yourself as well as those around you. Future employers rank leadership skills high on their list of preferred skills. So this is what employers are looking for. Possessing these skills will help you in your everyday tasks, relationships, and just your overall life. You will learn to motivate yourself as well as others daily and keep yourself and others on track to meet goals. Learning to be a leader will help you in leading your own life. This is a quote that I just personally really like regarding leadership. A person always doing his or her best becomes a natural leader, just by example. So, what qualities make a good leader? Here are kind of the top tier leadership qualities: communication, integrity, accountability, empathy, humility, influence, as well as positivity. As you can see, being a leader involves so many soft skills that we just learn throughout life, such as communication, integrity. Really, this entire list are just soft skills. And really being able to fine-tune those skills and use them correctly is kind of what separates a leader from a follower. We may all have these skills, just as part of us, but really knowing when to use them and how to use them is key for becoming a leader. So let's talk about communication for a moment. This is a key skill for literally everyone, right? It does not matter your job position, what you do, where you go to school. Communication is important. It gets us through our daily lives. So remembering to communicate often and intentionally is what helps build trust, respect, and relationships. The biggest part of communication is listening. Actively listening and maintaining comfortable eye contact, nodding, repeating parts back to them, being simple and direct in your words. Leaders know how to communicate with clarity as well as empathy. All right, integrity. This is a really big one. And I really believe a lot of us get a little bit confused about what exactly is integrity? What does it mean? But integrity just means you're doing the right thing even when no one is watching. That is my favorite definition. That comes from C.S. Lewis. Doing the right thing even when no one is watching. I had a principal that would say that integrity was painting behind your refrigerator. I like that definition as well. Doing something even though no one's going to see it, just because you believe it's the right thing. So here are some signs of integrity, some examples. apologizing for mistakes. If you are in a leadership position, it will mean a lot to your team if you can, number one, own up to your mistake and apologize. It shows that you're understanding, that you're humble, and that you have emotional intelligence. Also, highlighting the work of others while downplaying your own contributions. I do think it's important to take pride in your work and be proud of yourself, but we definitely don't want to flaunt that or seem braggy. So it's best to downplay our contributions while really highlighting the work of others. Also, give the benefit of the doubt when circumstances are unclear. You may have a coworker or an employee one day that comes to you with this wild story. It's almost hard to believe. Is this really why you were late to work? Or is this really why you can't be here all week? For example, and it's really important to learn when to give that benefit of the doubt when you just are not sure. We should never just jump to the defense. Also, being appreciative of others' time. That is super important. We are all busy in our own lives, so it is important to be appreciative as well as respectful of other people's time. Accountability. You must be able to give credit where credit is due and take responsibility for blame when necessary. This one is hard for all of us. We make a mistake and we're like, oh, I don't want anyone to know. I don't want to have to talk about this. I don't want to have to explain myself, but that is just part of life. It is key and essential. If you are able to take accountability, it just makes you so much more respectable. So by leading by example when gaining respect and trust from a team, admitting to your own mistakes is a great sign of honesty. All right, empathy. So empathy is the ability to understand where other people are coming from. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've been through that exact situation, but that you can at least be understanding of it. It's ridding yourself of any preconceived notion about a person instead of taking the time to understand their situation. A coworker may seem very unproductive or scatterbrained, and it's affecting the entire team. Rather than making assumptions about that person, take some time to understand what are they going through? How can I offer help to make them a more functioning member of this team and hopefully help them out with whatever situation they are handling? All right, so humility. Pride makes us artificial and humility makes us real. I love that quote. That comes from Thomas Merton. It's important to remain humble. Do not let a new title or a promotion just go to your head. You want to remain kind, open, and humble. It adds to your character and your overall relatability. All right, and then influence. So how can you be influential? You want to connect with people emotionally. That makes you more relatable as well as influential. You want to make others feel important. You want to be vulnerable as well as charismatic. You want to work toward the commonly shared goal. Ask for suggestions and input. Build real lasting relationships. Act professionally on social media sites like Facebook and LinkedIn, and also having self-awareness. If you can kind of figure out how to make the correct concoction of all of these ways to be influential, it can really benefit your overall life. It can benefit your relationship with coworkers, leadership. But overall, it can just have a huge positive impact if you can learn how to embody these influential characteristics. And then we have positivity. So even in stressful situations, knowing how to remain calm and positive is essential in the workplace. By keeping a positive attitude, even during difficult times, it puts others around you to ease and it influences them to keep the same positivity. A positive attitude leads to better work and communication. All right, so normally if I were doing this presentation in person or virtually, this would be the time for questions, comments. We would have a big discussion about leadership. And usually that's the most fun parts of my workshop is when we really get to discuss and we get to share stories and maybe what we struggle with and what we think we're really good at when it comes to leadership. So please feel free to have some open conversation in the comment section. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely just drop a comment. I really enjoy getting comments and getting to read through them. So feel free to drop us a comment. Also, feel free to go visit our website and look at my entire workshop calendar for the month of October. And our November calendar will be coming out soon. So just take some time, look through those workshops, and feel free to drop by, any that are in person or virtual. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day and you enjoyed today's presentation.